Heat Signature Hot Tips. As I record this, or kind of, it's actually just gone past midnight because I am fantastic with time management. And yeah, so what do you do when you start a daily challenge? Well, the very first thing you're going to want to pay attention to is the type of mission. So today we're going to look at steal missions. How do steal missions vary compared to a kill or a capture mission? Well, firstly, we don't need to care about killing guards, right? We don't have to kill anyone. We don't have to do anything with guards beyond get keys from them. The other thing is the modifier. So we have killing as few people as possible. I refer to this one as bloodless. So we want to make sure that we are using concussive weaponry. Finally, we're both shaky and weak, which means that we suck, but fortunately the game has been kind to us and given us a shotgun, so shaky isn't as bad as it could have been. And we've got a visitor, which is quite handy because since this is not a Sunday, and it would tell us if it's a Sunday because it would tell us it's an easy Sunday. I don't remember what day of the week 17th of October was last year. And so we can use the visitor as a get out of ship 3 free card because ship 3 is glitch proof. What else do you need to care about? Well, silencer and X-glitcher are both useful. That means that our visitor is effectively long range, and silencer means that we don't need to worry about accidentally setting up the alarm when we shoot. On the other hand, we don't care about the alarm as part of this condition, so it's a mixed blessing. Sometimes you want to set off the alarm or at least attract guard attention, and we can't do that. We literally would need to find a grenade launcher to do that. So that's kind of the very initial breakdown. So we've got a steal mission, we've got a bloodless mission. So yeah, you can check the scores. So you can check the store to see what's there, but generally speaking, I don't think it is worth doing so unless you're playing a speed mission, or unless the modifiers seem so difficult that you do not think you can get a perfect. So apparently I did try this one ages ago. I got a score of 0. Let's hope I did better this time. Alrighty, so going through here. So first step, we're coming through from behind, trying to get to the upper left. And we want to get here. That was a really bad dock, probably because when we left the station the ship was too close, so you should in fact zoom out and do that. But anyway, we're focusing on what makes steal missions different. So this layout is pretty bad for us, because we either have to go all the way around here and we can't get this, or we need to start using the key cloner. So if there is a telepad, then we've got a reinforcement alarm response. Because we're dealing with a steal mission, that's literally the only reason why a telepad will ever even spawn. So here I do want this item. One of the things to note about steal missions is that because you don't have a target with an item, and in fact the item is the thing you have to surrender, you actually want to gather equipment as much as possible. I mean, you kind of always want to. While our equipment needs aren't as big as on a capture or kill mission, they're still pretty significant here, because we want to be able to at least run past guards. So this shield is useful. We're looking for teleporters, we're looking for steal, we're looking, sorry, not for steal, for crash, and we're looking for potentially concussive weaponry. But yeah, that's the main ones. Now here we've got an interesting choice because we could visit to get the item, but there's not a lot of point to it because we're frankly just not going to get out fast enough. Now we actually do want to, if possible, take out both of these. We don't want their weapons because we can't use them to set off the alarm, and we can't use them, all that we'll do is potentially injure things. Actually, that's a lie. We want one because then we could take out engines. But bloodless means that despite how useful they might normally be, they're less useful today. Now we're gonna just shoot this guy. So the reason for shooting him and targeting him specifically is since he's got the emergency shield, he's actually the bigger threat. Okay, now we can do this. This is a great thing about shotguns. We can quite easily hit even though we are shaky. But you can see that, oh crap. Okay, so one of the things you want to be quite aware of with, he's got a shotgun, no he does not, with this is that guards are really keen to murder themselves and their friends. So we're really trying to position ourselves such that our guard does not shoot his friend. So that there was kind of a race against time between our guard and our between the guard that was shooting us and his friend, because he was very likely to inadvertently execute someone. And since it's bloodless, the game doesn't care who caused the death. If someone dies, it is your fault. So you want to be real careful there. And you'll find that guards in this game are oddly suicidal and homicidal. So they evidently do not like each other very much. They'll just try and shoot each other. And yeah, that's quite a pain. Okay, what other things do we care about? We're looking here, is we're looking for the alarm response, and we're looking to see what kind of guards we're dealing with. So right now, because we've got no way of crashing things, we're definitely on the lookout for defenders. Defenders are the biggest problems that we're going to run across, followed by trackers, because trackers will find us, but defenders will actually put guards in a position where we can't injure them. It's not as big a deal because we're on bloodless, not like sightings, but yeah, those are the things that I'm looking for there. So you can actually kind of see it's not just the mission type, though obviously the mission type is quite important for us, but it's also the other the modifier that makes a huge difference. And then of course the equipment. So right now, because we are ex-glitcher and we have a self-charging visitor, we could try and deal with this normally, or we could just do this. This visitor is self-charging, so I'm not going to lose the charge by doing this. We just pop down here, open her up. Oh look, here's the item. Now with the steal thing, you should try and pay attention to what you've got, because it could potentially be a teleporter or some other item that will help you get out faster. So here we have a choice. We can try and continue to gear up, in which case we will pop through here and try and head down there, or we can just leave. In this case, I'm thinking I do have the tools. I could get through ship 3 without anything else, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave. Alrighty. And that's, again, a decision that I'm making out of pragmatism, but also out of trying to minimize time. That is a goal regardless of the condition. That's a goal for me on a daily. I want minimum ship time because I'm losing 1 point for every 16 seconds I take near a ship. So obviously the last time I did this, I got a score of 0, but these days I can do significantly better. Alright, now we're dealing with this last setup. So we got reinforcements on every ship. That's not great because reinforcements are probably the ones that will inconvenience us the most, but it's not the worst. Now again, our priority here is going to be just getting to the item. We've got an emergency shield, we've got a visitor, so we can just leg it past a bunch of them if we have to. And that is something we're going to try. So, if I had more time, one of the things I'd be looking for is if I could get around, but I can't. So here, we have this guy's a problem. What do? We can pop over here and shoot him. We could, with our visitor, accept the fact that we're going to have the alarm raised. Or we can wait. I guess what we're going to do is he's going to come straight for us. That's not ideal. That actually will lead to us doing something rather odd. If we can. Let's see. So, firstly, where are you going? Are you going to go all the way over there? Can we... So, think about predators. So, predators are an unusual one. They just seem to be a relatively rare enemy. Okay, I was hoping that we could kind of shoot him from here, because he's not going to teleport in. But looks like this is not my lucky day. Yeah, I just need to wait for him to move on. I could visit over here and attack, but I'm not going to get very far with that, unfortunately. So unfortunately, sometimes the game is against you and you just have to deal with it. Like so. This is going to turn, move. It's always a 2-point turn. So now, here... Oh, by the way, if you want to know why I'm moving the way I am, well, that is because it's much more efficient. I'm using throw mode and I'm using slow motion. If you want to know the exact details of it, I've got multiple videos out on how to do this. It's called... Well, I don't know what the naming scheme was, but we did in fact come up with a name for it. Alright, so here what we're going to do is we're just going to quickly hide these bodies. Ah, crap. Are we going to hide those bodies then? You know what? Maybe we're just gonna steal a key and run for it. I think we're gonna steal that key and run for it. Actually, if I can pick him up, throw him out. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So we are being somewhat cautious here. We're gonna just take him out. Perfect. Okay, now we will grab this key. Now you don't need to be worried about these patrolling guards because they literally cannot spot you. Fun fact, they don't know about you. Okay, so to be super cautious here, what I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna swap with this jerk. And do this and shoot you. There we go. Shoot you. Unlock. Gotcha. Perfect. Alright, so the question is, do I just run for it? I think I do at this point. So, I mean, this is always kind of the balance you're trying to strike. Is it worth trying to get more items? Is it worth trying to do something trickier? Or can you just leg it? So fortunately I can and will deactivate this jamming device, and then just legging it is pretty straightforward. I can just use this, and I'm gonna delay just a little bit. Steal that keycard. So my biggest worry here, to be honest, is that I'm gonna have a guard accidentally execute themselves on a shield, which I think might have nearly just happened. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. There is target. Good. So we're gonna steal this, and we're just gonna leg it. We're out of the sight range of the guards. That's really the key here. And then we're just trying to... These guards will come for us, but that's okay. We can dodge individual bullets if we have to, which we don't. And now we just grab this. So the last thing to try and optimize this is you start moving this early, and then stop. And why did you... It's because the corner got cut. Open this up, take that, and then we visit outside into space. Now I'm using slow motion to pick myself up, but as soon as I grab myself, slow motion fades. Alright, so that was kind of a breakdown. It did kind of turn into a typical daily challenge video for certain points there, but I wanted to go through especially my thinking right at the start, which I don't do very much with the daily challenge videos, and I'm going to try and do that with a few more as we go through. So that was a final score of 595. How would that have placed on that day? That is not even vaguely true. Okay, let's just go here. Previous dailies. This is a thing I hadn't considered when I decided to pick an early date, mostly so I could fill in values on the spreadsheet. August 2018. We're not even into January. October 17. Did anything ever get recorded for that? Do I have a way of doing that? Nope. Huh. I literally can't look at the leaderboard. Oh well. I guess 493 was in fact the score I got last time. Oh well. Good to know, I guess. I'll see you next week with a breakdown of probably one of the other conditions and what that makes a difference of.